Published 7:46 Eastern Standard Time, the 22nd of February 2018. Updated 14:09 Eastern Standard Time, the 22nd of February 2018. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff does not like the 733 kg car his team are set to use in the new Formula One season. Lewis Hamilton helped launch the Mercedes-AMG F1 W09 EQ Power, which features a cockpit halo to protect the driver, on Thursday. While the halo will improve driver safety by acting as a crash barrier, Executive Director Wolff branded it ugly. Mercedes Director Toto Wolff, flanked by Valtteri Bottas, left, and Lewis Hamilton, right. During launch of their new car, Mercedes launched their new car for the 2018 Formula One season, the W09, at a media event at Silverstone on Thursday. Driver Hamilton, who is the reigning world champion after winning the 2017 Drivers' Championship, spoke at the launch. The W09 features a cockpit halo to protect the driver by acting as a crash barrier, but the new feature has been branding ugly. Mercedes Director Wolff said, "I'm not impressed with the whole thing. If you give me a chainsaw I would take it off." Bottas was pictured holding the halo, which many claim obscures a driver's vision, as he climbed out of the vehicle. Tighter packaging of the rear end with aerodynamic solutions such as T-wings and Shark F1 engine covers band. This year's cars are much sleeker between the cockpit and rear wing. Higher rate. The front of the car is lower and the rear higher to improve airflow. The change is designed to help the team cure some of the deficiencies last year's car, dubbed a Diva by Toto Wolff, had on tighter circuits and allowed them to retain a long wheelbase, fewer engines. Each driver is permitted just 3 engines for the season, down from 4. I'm not impressed with the whole thing, and if you give me a chainsaw I would take it off, said Wolff. We need to look after driver safety, but what we have implemented is aesthetically not appealing. We need to tackle that and come up with something that looks better. It is a massive weight on the car and you screw up the center of gravity. Lewis Hamilton has also been an outspoken critic of the device previously, but was more measured at Silverstone on Thursday as Mercedes unveiled their 2018 car. Honestly, the team have done a great job to integrate it and make it look as nice as it can look. We have known for some time it was coming, and I think after a few races we will forget it is even there. This is the new world right now, and I'm sure it is only the first step of development. Hamilton is chasing a 5th world crown in 2018, with his German team looking to secure a 5th consecutive double, having won both the drivers' and constructors' titles since the start of the hybrid era in 2014. That would see them match Ferrari's record from 2000 to 2004, when Michael Schumacher dominated for the Scuderia. But Mercedes' superiority was limited to certain circuits last season, leading Wolff to label their car a diva, as Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel led the championship at the halfway stage. The Austrian hopes the team's 2018 challenger, the W09, is more consistent. We hope we have kept the good character traits of the diva, joked Wolff. We all like divas, but sometimes she was a bit difficult to understand, and this is the area where we worked the most, trying to understand and preserve the speed in the car and find more drivability, because the regulations have stayed stable. There is not a lot of difference. The most visible change is aerodynamic and how tight the packaging of the car is and how closed up the bodywork is. The W09's first proper race is just over a month away as teams are preparing for the season's start at March's Australian GP. Finnish driver Bottas, who is Hamilton's teammate, took the Mercedes W09 for a test drive around Silverstone on Thursday. We need to look after the driver's safety, but what we have implemented is aesthetically not appealing, stated Austrian Wolff, as well as complaints about the halo's aesthetics. There are concerns that it could limit a driver's vision due to a central fixture. Wolff fears the halo's weight could slow the car down, saying, "You screw up the center of gravity massively with that thing," but ambitious team bosses hope that the F1 W09 EQ Power will become the fastest Mercedes Formula One car in history, Hamilton added. Last year the car was fantastic, but there were so many things we could still improve on. What we've done is taken a lot of the DNA from last year's car, but this is better than last year's car in every aspect. It looks quite similar, but inside, underneath the shell and even the bodywork, it's all refined to perform even better than last year. I'm really excited because there were some races, like Silverstone, that were very successful for us, but then there were some races where we struggled. Understanding where our weaknesses were and then working on them has been at the forefront of our minds. The car was not the only topic of discussion on Thursday as Hamilton was quizzed about his contract situation. Hamilton's current deal is due to expire at the end of the 2018 season, but he is keen to pen a new one. Hopefully it's done before the start of the season, said Hamilton. But there's no rush, no panic and no pressure from other drivers or teams. I've not spoken to another team in 6 years and that shows how committed I am. We're committed and comfortable with each other. I know there's no better team and the team know there's no one else better. Team boss Toto Wolff echoed the sentiments of his star attraction. We've had very good discussions and are ticking the boxes, said Wolff. We expect to come up with news soon. The sooner the better, but I don't want to put ourselves under pressure. A couple of weeks is realistic. Maybe a few weeks. Hamilton's teammate Valtteri Bottas was given the first taste of this year's vehicle as he took the W09 for a test drive at an overcast Silverstone. Britain's Hamilton was quizzed about his contract situation, with his current deal due to expire at the end of the 2018 season. Hopefully it's done before the start of the season, said Hamilton, 33, adding, I've not spoken to another team in 6 years. Formula One cars will look radically different in 2018 after the sport's governing body confirmed last July that the cockpit halo device is to become mandatory for the new season. More than 8 years of dedicated research have gone into cockpit protection in single-seaters. But the halo concept has had its critics. Lewis Hamilton described it last year as the worst-looking modification in the sport's history. The new device, built in semicircular formation around the cockpit, was given the name Halo due to its shape and position above the driver's head. The FIA explored a wide range of options in their campaign to improve driver safety following the death of Justin Wilson, who died in 2015 after being struck by flying debris in an IndyCar race.